What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your spiritual and your healing journey. Today, I would like to go over the topic of oil pulling. Oil pulling is a traditional Ayurvedic remedy that derives from India. And the reason that we want to oil pull is because oil pulling helps us to fight the bad bacteria that accumulates in our mouth. So there are many benefits to oil pulling outside of fighting the bad bacteria, right? And so oil pulling, the oil you use should be all natural. Some of the oils that people choose are based off of taste and texture. I like coconut oil because I just like the way it tastes. It is a little thick, but the taste is pleasant, so I enjoy coconut oil. Some people use MCT oil. That oil can be a little expensive for oil pulling, but some people have that preference. It's also a form of coconut oil, but it's just thinner. And some people use sesame oil. So it's all up to you what type of oil you use. Just make sure that your oil is natural. So what are the benefits of oil pulling? Why would we do it? So it eliminates harmful bacteria that accumulates in the mouth. It also prevents halitosis or bad breath. It prevents cavities. It also prevents bleeding of the gums. So it heals inflammation of the gums. So if you have an issue with bleeding gums when you brush or floss, and a lot of people do have that, oil pulling can assist you with that. And last but not least, oil pulling is good for whitening of the teeth. So creating your own oil is easy. You can buy the ones on the market, but I find them to be mixed with like certain mouthwashes, or they're too watery for me. And so I like the idea of actually using the oil, because in addition to oil pulling, I also do tongue scraping. As you sleep at night, you can get tongue scrapers on Amazon. You can get them this stainless steel like I have here, or you can get them made of copper, which I think is a good idea. I love copper. Or anything else, if nothing else, you can use just a normal house spoon. But you want to tongue scrape, because as you sleep, bacteria accumulates on your tongue. And when you wake up, the first thing you do is you want to go pee, right? And you swallow. And so you're swallowing that bacteria. And over a period of time, this can cause digestive issues, yes? And so when you get up in the morning, the two things that you want to do is you want to pee and you want to tongue scrape, all right? And so oil pulling allows for tongue scraping to be easier. If your tongue is white, has a white film on it, all of that is bacteria. And so the goal is to keep the mouth clean. And in keeping the mouth clean, you keep the digestive system clean. In keeping the digestive system clean, you keep the brain clean, because there is a brain-stomach connection. So when you have issues going on with the stomach, you have issues going on with the brain. Things like forgetfulness. This is good in assisting in that. There's many things you can do for the brain-stomach connection cleansing, but this is one of the things that you can do. By keeping your mouth clean, by keeping the bacteria from going down into your digestive system, you're scraping it out. So you do your oil pulling first, right? Get the tongue slick and moisturized, and then you do your tongue scraping. Then you brush and floss, okay? So all the things that help prevent bacteria, bad breath, dull teeth, bleeding gums, this can assist you. You can also add things like, I have here a clove tincture. Clove itself has many benefits for bacteria, has many benefits against parasites and things of that sort. So I like to add clove to my coconut oil mixture that I make. And it's really simple. All you have to do is you get you a small little mason jar like this, or I guess this is called a jelly jar. I like to put the cloves in the bottom, and then I'll put more on top, yeah? So sometimes what will happen is that the cloves will sink to the bottom. You fill your jar with the coconut oil, or the MCT oil, or the sesame seed oil, whichever one you choose. You fill it. Quite simple. I love these little simple Ayurvedic tips that assist us with our health. They're inexpensive. They're easy to make on your own. I like lots of cloves, y'all. And you put your top on. And you can put your date in what's in the jar just in case you want to gift it to someone else. And you can boil it in water to melt down your coconut oil and then shake up the clove oil in it and then set it in the refrigerator so that it can harden. And the clove oil or the clove tincture gets melted within the coconut oil. Otherwise, your clove oil will sit at the bottom and then the coconut oil will harden at the top. And so you won't have the clove oil mixed within your coconut oil or the clove tincture. So you want to boil it and so that the coconut oil melts, and then shake it up and place it in the refrigerator so that it solidifies with the mixture together. You can also microwave it, but I know these days most people aren't for the microwave. But this is the end result. Your clove and your coconut oil mixed together. And what you do is you just take your tongue scraper and you take a scoop out. You take a scoop out and then you rinse your mouth with it. You swish it around like you would do mouthwash. You do that for 5 to 20 minutes. It takes time to build up to 20 minutes, but you do that for 5 to 20 minutes and then you spit it out. You don't want to spit it out in your sink because eventually it clogs up the drain. So you want to spit out either in the toilet or in the trash can. But that's all I have for you today is the art of oil pulling, an Ayurvedic remedy that has been passed down from generation to generation in India. It is traditional in India. And so here in the Western world, some of us know about it, some of us don't. But this is an amazing remedy to keep your oral hygiene, keeping bacteria out of the gut, which in turn keeps bacteria out of the brain and keeps us all healthy. Thank you for tuning in to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. We'll see you next time.